Hey everyone, Roman Prokopchuk here. Just a Ukraine update. Well, a Ukraine and Andrew Tate update. As many people know or have seen on numerous platforms, Andrew Tate in the last few months has been on several major podcasts, has popped up on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and other platforms. And a little. Earlier in the week was banned on almost every platform, basically deplatformed, doxed, whatever you want to call it. But there's an interesting tie-in. Obviously, he lives in Romania, which borders Ukraine. But he has, as a lot of people know, Hustlers University and something called the War Room. It's kind of like a mastermind, like a conglomerate of high net worth individuals that are around the world and help each other with resources and anything else if something happens. So one story that's not necessarily confirmed, but apparently when the war in Ukraine started, there were two members of the War Room, which is this group or the elite group of Andrew Tate. And I don't know if they were Ukrainian or non-Ukrainians looking to get out of the country, but apparently his network, the War Room, helped get two members out of Ukraine. Now, if they are Ukrainian, then obviously that would be a crime because all men or fighting age men 18 to 60 can't leave the country because obviously a war, they can get called up, they can get drafted if need be, if they aren't already fighting. So if they are Ukrainians, then obviously they kind of skip the mobilization and bounce from the country in that sense. But if they are non-Ukrainians, then depending where they were, because obviously not all of Ukraine is currently a war zone or a front. Obviously, there's been missile strikes and other attacks around the country as far as Lviv, close to the Polish border, but those were missiles that hit around the city. But if they were in a war zone, obviously that's a little bit more impressive in terms of the resources and everything logistically to get two people out. But regardless, I don't think a lot of people have talked about it. I know Andrew Tate himself has mentioned on one or two interviews that I don't know if I call it boasting because a lot of people dislike him and call him misogynistic, so on and so forth. But he mentioned then the War Room was able to get these people out. So if they did and they were non-Ukrainian and obviously they weren't looking to fight, then good for him and good for his network that they were able to do that. Now, in general, I don't know if that's kind of the best thing, but if you look at it, most rich people aren't fighting in wars. Even in the U.S. in terms of Vietnam, the kind of dodging the draft or going to Canada, so on and so forth. Some prominent people did that. Not everyone, has the courage, has the fortitude to pick up a weapon and spill blood for their country. But you know, not rich men aren't fighting wars. They're sitting behind the table and making deals, selling weapons, doing handshakes behind closed doors. They're not necessarily going out or sending their sons and daughters into trenches, which unfortunately is kind of how the world has worked for millennia. But I thought it was just kind of an interesting story because Andrew Tate has been in the limelight for so long that there is kind of a Ukraine backstory. So hope everyone is doing great. Slava Ukraini, Heroyam Slava, Slava Bohu. God bless.